Good evening, everyone. I wanted to briefly discuss what I'm about to present to you. In the videos that I was going to show you, and you'll see it for yourself, I was going to show you how to install Exist on your computer, because if you're doing XML, you will need Exist or some other piece of software. It just happens that Exist is very free. That's the big thing, is that Exist is very free, and so it's easy to use. I was having some problems with Exist because, first of all, you have to download Java, which I will show you how to do, and then you had to download some kind of a Java thing that goes along with it, and it's called JDK. I downloaded JDK 6 Update 21, and I'll show you how to do that. And then we were trying to set up a WebDAV. Now, I showed you how to do that in Windows Vista, but then I was also showing it to you in this particular series, or this particular video. I was going to show you how to do it in Windows 7. Well, the problem became that it didn't work out too good, and I'll show you about that in just a little bit. But the problem became that it didn't work out too well with Windows 7, so I went ahead and downloaded a thing called AnyClient, and I will talk about that later on in the video. And then I'll show you how to use all this stuff, and then we'll just take it from there. So I wanted to start the video with this, and then I will tell you about AnyClient and tell you where to go to find it, and then you can download that and use that as your WebDAV. Okay? I will tell you more in just a little bit, so watch my presentation and stay tuned. Now, building a computer is never easy, and I never said it was. But for programmers, it's a wonderful thing. Tonight, we're going to try to finish some of the installation. Now, I guarantee you there'll be at least one more video on this. What we're going to be talking about tonight is only essential for programmers. If you're an end user, you don't need this, but if you're a programmer, you do. Anyway, we're going to install Java, okay? This is not JavaScript, this is Java, okay? And we have to install this because we're then going to install a database program called Exist. See Exist right here? Alright. Now let's go ahead and install Java first. And we're just going to click right down here. It says recommended version. At this point it's version 6 Update 21. And we're going to go ahead and click it. It says is for Windows 7, XP, Vista, 2000, 2003, and 2008. Now these 2000, 2003, and 2008 are referring to Windows Server 2000, Windows Server 2003, and Windows Server 2008. So we're going to go ahead and click this. And we're going to click Run. As you can see here, this is going to be a pretty easy installation. Okay, it says from Sun Microsystems, which is a good company. Okay, we're going to go ahead and install. As you can see here, it's installing Java, which, like I said, you'll need to install Exist. And let's point this just a little bit higher. You can see the little green bar on the top. Now, the nice thing about Java is if you have a Linux operating system, which I know a lot of people do not have, I will eventually build a computer with a Linux operating system. I'm just not going to do it right now. I don't have a chassis for it, and it would be a real pain in the butt to try to do. It's not that it's impossible, it's just something I'm not really used to, and so anyway, I'm going to worry about that at another time. We've got Java in here now. We're now going to download Exist. As you saw, let's see. Okay. Okay, we're going to download Exist setup. What we're going to do is we're going to install Exist setup 1.4.0 revision 10440.exe. The reason for putting it as exe instead of JAR is because we are running Windows 7 and we are not running Linux. If you were running Linux, you'd run the jar file, but we're running Exist off of Windows, and we'll run this. Now, I first said it was going to take 11 hours to download. Obviously, as you can see, it's not going to take near that long. I'll show you the progress bar there. Now, why do you need Exist? Well, Exist helps you process. Okay, I'm going to pause here for just a second. Exist helps you run XML. You can run XML and something else called XQuery. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of XML and XQuery in any of my videos, simply for the fact that this is, as I'm training myself to do this is something I'm going to use to start making money off of, and because I'm using it, I have no intentions of going and teaching a whole bunch of this stuff unless somebody starts paying me a whole bunch of money. And I don't see anybody really volunteering to pay me a whole bunch of money at this point, so that teaching is going to have to wait until sometime when somebody starts paying me a buku of money. Then I'll give some basic training. But if you are going to run XQuery or XML, you will need Exist. There are other programs that do this, but they're pay programs. This is an open source, which I think works great. Now we're just gonna I guess we can just put it right in there. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause this video for a second to try to find out where in the heck I'm supposed to put this thing. And then we'll go ahead with this video in just a minute. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be looking for, but I'm going to find it. Stay tuned.